Kings, professionals, do what needs to get done, whether they feel like it or not. That's the growth zone. Immature leaders, kids, amateurs, they run on the feels. They run on what they feel like doing and what the voice tells them. So you guys have heard ABC, right? Always be closing. ABC for your people is always be coaching and cutting the C players, aka the cancer. Always be doing something with that C bucket. Every day, think about your team. Literally run that level up list in your brain or even on a journal, like first thing when you get to the office. Who's on the A list? Who's on the B list? Who's on the C list? And what are we going to do about it today? Is it coaching or are we going to move to a cut plan? And you got to train your leaders to do the same thing, okay? Super duper important. Powerful vision, powerful blueprint without A players is useless. It's irrelevant. We don't rise to the level of our blueprint, our goals, our B2Bs, our quarterly, our bulletproof quarterly plan. You're going to fall down to your identity set point, guys, okay? I'm a pilot. Then I went through training, obviously, to become a pilot. It was a lot of work. It took me 6 months of dedicated work and reading and learning and flying. And in a 911 situation, like an engine out or an engine failure, that is the most scary thing that can happen for a pilot besides a mid-air collision, which is obviously not recoverable unless you're in maybe a Cirrus. But depending on how the impact is, a Cirrus aircraft has a ballistic parachute. And hopefully if you do have a mid-air and just blow a wing off, you don't have a head-on going 150 or 200 miles an hour into somebody. The parachute's not going to help you if that happens. But if you did blow a wing off and you're in a Cirrus, you have a parachute. So sometimes it's recoverable depending on the AGL, the above ground level altitude, because that parachute needs a certain amount of descent time to deploy and then catch and then actually slow you down before you hit the ground at impact, okay? But when we train, eventually you get to a point where your instructor pulls the engine. You go into an engine failure and you simulate an engine failure. And you don't rise to the occasion. You don't rise up in that moment. You fall to your conditioning. You fall to your programming. You fall down to what you've been practicing over and over and over again. That's just the way the human body works. You don't magically tap into some super high horsepower ability that's not inside of you to get access to recover the plane and or to lead properly, okay? You're always going to be falling down to the level of your identity and your capabilities. You have to build meta-awareness or what's called metacognition around this. You have to start thinking about your thinking. You have to start looking at your behavior. How did I act the last hour? How did I behave today? What did I like? What did I not like? And start to understand there's a framework here. Am I operating in the danger zone? Am I in the comfort zone? Okay, surviving, grinding. This is your comfort zone. Hamster wheeling. You keep doing that over and over and over and over again because that's your comfort zone, even though it's not beneficial. It's self-sabotage and self-fulfilling prophecy manifesting itself in you and through you, and you just keep doing the same shit over and over and over again, okay? The danger zone is when things are actually kind of going well, okay? But things start to feel weird because what's happening is your kingdom, your leadership, your family, things are starting to get better, but it starts to feel weird because you're not doing the identity transformation work. So what's about to happen is you're about to cool that shit back off. You're about to throw a grenade right in front of yourself, and you don't even know it. Things will start getting good. And then all of a sudden, you'll go and you'll just drop a grenade right in front of you, right in front of your wife, right in front of your family, right in front of your employees. There's some ladies in this room. Have you ever seen your husband do what I'm talking about? Raise your hand. Every woman in here just raise their hand because women can see us better than we can see us, okay? Women, you're not immune from this. You don't not have this too. But women just naturally have a little bit higher level of intuition than men do. They can see better. God let them bypass some of this work a little bit faster, easier. It's not that they don't have to do this, but men have to do it more. Men have a bigger identity thing to do than women have to do. That's the way God made it. Kings got to be kings. So what happens is when things start getting better, we'll just go ahead and screw it right back up. We'll take it right back to the set point. Your aspirations and some of your executions are outpacing your identity. So things will get good, then you'll have anxiety, then you'll not be sleeping good, you'll get snappy, triggered, and then you'll start doing that you won't even see, that other people around you'll see, like, why the hell did you do that? Grenade. Self-sabotage. Then there's the growth zone. Hard, uncomfortable, purposeful work. The work and the clarity are both difficult. The thermostat is getting deliberately raised through identity work. Empires get built here. Please write this down. This zone here is where we got to play. Up here, you're making a mess, okay? So for clarity, this is the no bueno zone. For here, this is the good zone. This is the muy bueno, says Mr. would say, right? So where do we want to be? In the muy bueno zone, the growth zone. The growth zone is also uncomfortable, but it's strategic discomfort. It's proactive discomfort with a noble intention. That's the boss voice. It's doing core 5 when you don't want to. It's reading about a personal development book or the Bible when you don't want to. It's going to the gym when you don't want to. It's doing trigger recovery exercises and work on a journal and out loud when you don't want to. It's doing your rocks when you don't want to. It's doing your reflection on Thursday afternoon when you don't want to. It's turning your phone off in here when you don't want to. It's having a hard conversation with somebody that you've been deathly afraid to do for a long time when you don't want to. Remember what I told you yesterday? The difference between kings and kids. Kings, professionals, do what needs to get done, whether they feel like it or not. That's the growth zone. Immature leaders, kids, amateurs, they run on the feels. They run on what they feel like doing and what the voice tells them. This is the boss voice zone. This is the sequence of how your brain and your emotions work and fire. An event happens. Something happens. I could drop this pen right now and everyone in here, your brain's going to process that in a micro fraction of a second. And subconsciously, your brain will also attach a narrative, a thought to that event. And then some emotion will happen around that narrative. And then that emotion might have you to do something. If I drop this pen, you guys are not going to have a visceral trigger or a reaction because your brain knows that that's okay. That's fine. If I pulled out a gun and went boom, 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 and shot it in here randomly without you guys knowing, you would have a high trigger. You would have a high emotional state reaction, and it would happen in a nanosecond. If I just even pulled a gun out right now, you guys would freak the f*** out. Does this make sense? You understand what I'm saying? So this thing is processing fast. It's that your brain is the fastest supercomputer on the earth. Nothing ever has been created that runs as fast as your brain. Okay? So it's always scanning the horizon. It's taking in data sets and data inputs at millions of bits per second, and you don't even know what's going on. And your brain then has to attach narrative, language to the event. What naturally follows, and this is a law, this is not a theory, this is not a hypothesis, this is a law in the universe. After the narrative, some emotional thing will happen. Beneficial, not beneficial. Good, bad. Scared, loving. Joyous, not joyous. Autoprotective, lizard. Auto-expressive, authentic. Okay? And then that emotion is the fuel that gives you motion. Emotion gives you motion. It drives a behavior. The emotion is the motion in you, good or bad. And that will drive a behavior. Your behavior produces some type of a result, good or bad. The only way up the mountain, the only way out is through what we've been hiding and protecting. And when you work through that, it's going to create emotional discomfort. And you have to be okay with that. The real truth, it says right in the Bible, the truth will set you free, but the real truth is going to hurt you and piss you off first.